What's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you. It's an ML Sports Take here, brought to you by our great friends at Elevate Fitness of Syracuse, Chick-fil-A of Cicero and Clay, and Brewerton Ace Hardware. Get everything you need inside and outside your home. If you're in and around central New York, I'm talking trash cans, shovels, toilet seats, bird seed. The list goes on and on. Pizza ovens and grills. Every single possible thing you need for your home inside and outside for the cold weather coming up, and still a little bit of the warm weather that we have left for this 2022 season. All right, the Bills and the Packers. Let's recap it from Orchard Park last night. Sunday Night Football, Tarico Collinsworth, Melissa Stark and the gang, of course. And this game really, it looked maybe like a Bills blowout, right? I mean, there was a little bit of messing around in the beginning. You know, they started 3 and out. I hate it when they get the ball, by the way. I like it when they win it and then defer it, but that apparently isn't the theme this year. But the Packers, hung in after the first quarter. It was a, one-score game. And then the Bills, 17-7, outscoring them in the second quarter. I mean, the Packers got that one wide-open touchdown, and it just seemed like, okay, the game is absolutely firmly in control from what I thought. And then in the second half, I still thought that the Bills were in total control because their defense was just, again, playing lights out. They did give up the field goal in the third quarter, 24-10. But Josh Allen had a couple of really bad picks in the second half, and I can't wait to hear the whole Sugar High Josh stuff and all that sort of thing. People are allowed bad moments. They're allowed bad games. He had a great, almost perfect first half, and then a little bit of a shaky second half. Was pretty rough. He threw a couple of picks. I don't know what he was looking at, especially on the first one, throwing it over the middle. Was he anticipating the receiver being there? I have no idea what happened there. And then on the second one, if you're trying to throw it away, like, you're in the red zone, just throw it away. You have the best arm in football. Throw it away. Just throw it out of the end zone. Instead, he tried to just kind of throw it away and make something happen, I think, and he threw it right to a Packer. So those two plays were kind of mystifying, but it didn't, luckily, if you're a Bills fan, cost you because the Bills were able to hang on, and their defense was, again, just suffocating. The Packers got a garbage touchdown, 8-play, 95-yard drive, 3:33 in the fourth quarter. That made it 27-17, as we know, but then they got the ball back again. Maybe you were getting a little tense if you were a Bills fan because if they score an onside kick and all the rest, but they just never really seemed like a threat. Mason Crosby missed it from 55, and that was the end of the game. The Bills beat the Packers 27-17. They moved to 6-1. They're also 3-0 at home, and they are just protecting Highmark Stadium like crazy. That right now is a brutal place to go in and play. Wait until January, right? I mean, if they can get home field advantage here, nobody wants to go into Buffalo right now, honestly. And when you add the elements, coming up, nobody's gonna want that as well. So I was extremely impressed with the defense. I thought a few guys, really shined, and I hope obviously Jordan Poyer, was healthy in this game, or healthy coming out of this game. He left, in the second half. It looked like an elbow. And you look at it here with the Bills too, and you kind of say to yourself, all right, well, you knew what was going to kind of go in, going into the game. You knew what was going to happen, right? The Packers pretty much had Aaron Rodgers, A.J. Dillon, and Aaron Jones. They were down Randall Cobb. They were down multiple players across the board. They did get Bakhtiari back at left tackle. They were missing Lazard. I mean, they were missing a lot of playmakers. So you knew it was going to be a lot of running and a lot of screen and dumping, dink and dunk and stuff. And Green Bay, they killed the Bills on the ground. I mean, that run defense was not good all game. 208 yards given up by the Bills. 143 for Jones. Dillon had 54. The passing game was I mean, you have Dubs, Torrey, Tanyan, Christian Watson, Sammy Watkins. It's not going to get it. It's just not going to get it done. Sammy Watkins was supposedly the number one target going into the game, and he only had one catch. A couple of guys who I wanted to highlight who were really, really good. I thought Devin Singletary ran pretty well. They went away from that for a little bit, but I thought he did his thing. Stephon Diggs was dominant. They could have kept throwing to him all game long because that's always how it goes. And Diggs was going up against mix and match with Rasul Douglas and Jair Alexander. He and Alexander were jawing the whole game. And Diggs still had a 100-yard game, man. I mean, 6 catches, 108 yards, a lot of that in the first half with those big plays and a touchdown. And then I thought, really, the defense was fantastic again as well. I know Tremaine Edmonds was getting ripped on social media quite a bit, but I keep trying to tell you folks, when he misses one play here and there or he doesn't blow up enough plays for your liking, Look at the box score every single game. 16 total tackles, 13 were solo. I know a lot of those were because, the running backs were getting into the linebacker area and blowing past, but he had to make a stop somewhere, and he wasn't as bad as people thought, last night. I actually like Edmonds. I don't know why people get on him. Damar Hamlin was phenomenal. I thought he was the best defensive player for the Bills. 10 tackles, 4 of which were solo. Taron Johnson, Matt Milano, Poyer, Gregory Rousseau was unbelievable. His best game as a Bill with a sack and 4 total tackles, 3 of which were solo. So those were some of the defensive guys that I wanted to point out. Josh Allen threw the 2 picks. Aaron Rodgers had the 1 interception. It was on that batted ball, by Tim Settle, and eventually picked off by Matt Milano, who seems to be an interception machine this year, huh? So the Bills get it done 27-17. We'll wait on the Jordan Poyer injury news. You just want to come out of these games healthy. They came out of the bye week. You got to get it, you got to get it kind of righted and in the right direction here as the Bills now go to the Jets for a road game, a team that has been surprising, obviously, this year. Lost to the Patriots yesterday, but they are 5-3. They surprised everybody, and the Bills got to go and take care of business against a team that is inferior to them. And Allen, stop throwing picks. ML Sports Take here, brought to you by our great friends over at Rosie's Corner. Stop by today if you're in and around Central New York for Meatloaf Monday. Rosie's Corner, a proud ML Sports Platter sponsor. And a tip of the cap thank you as well to Brian Conboy of Mass Mutual New York State, Liverpool Physical Therapy, and Stanley Law Offices. Together, they'll work to get you the maximum reward. Hit me on Twitter at Mike L Sports. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, Mike L Sports. As I always tell you, enjoy the games.